I think what's interesting is sometimes people don't even understand the part of the puzzle that they are working on, what role that is. Like they may know it in its isolation, but they may not know the combination and the power of it. And I guess that alchemy of when it comes together. I think that's where I think it's really interesting around how are we telling that that picture that you just painted. I think that there's somebody or somehow we know that all those pieces fit together. And I think that the OKRs and those outcomes that we're trying to get to towards our larger goals just sounds like it's a way to surface maybe some of the unseeable connections that maybe we're not seeing for ourselves.
Yeah, it's definitely like a way of telling that story about how the work of my part of the organization fits into the big picture. And the challenge, right, is it's not always clear how those pieces fit together. Like sometimes all we have is a hunch, right? And that can be true from the people who are doing the work, but it can also be true at the leadership level. Like I'm going to say as a leader, like you team, you need to do X because I think this is missing. Well, now we all have to be willing to kind of lean into that as a hypothesis as opposed to a hard and fast order, right? Is it working? What if it's not? Maybe I have to tell the boss that it's not working. But it is a way of having a conversation about those things and those connections, right? And trying to, I like the idea of thinking about this as a portfolio.
Mm.
It's tempting to think about it as like a really neat hierarchy.
Mm.
You know, we know that complex problems, they're never neat hierarchies. They're always messy webs. And so this idea of a portfolio is, it's a nice way to think about it.
Because some of those things might be singular intervention, some of them might be very coupled and dependent
Right.
interventions. And it almost goes even if you're tackling the problem or the question from where you sit within the organization, it creates a necessity to see how it all comes together.